Plaintiffs Calvin Brown and his wife Alicia say when Calvin dated the defendant, she cheated on him with multiple men in their home and while he was there. Calvin claims as a result of the defendant's indiscretions, he has doubts about fathering her daughter, so he petitioned the court for a paternity test, and they're suing for property and emotional distress. Defendant Angel Prunty insists she never cheated on Calvin, and in fact, he was the one who cheated on her with several different women. Angel insists Calvin is her daughter's father, and 2 weeks after the baby was born, she put Calvin out because he punched her in the face. She's countersuing for rent.
Start with you.
Your Honor, in '08, me and the defendant started dating, and things were all okay at first until later on things got bad and she started sleeping with unknown men in the house.
Your Honor, that never happened, and we started dating in 2007.
Let him finish. I'll let you give your opinion.
Unknown men in the household while I was there, and
what would you do?
I didn't do anything, Your Honor.
What part of the house were they in?
They were in the bedroom.
Because she denies it. They were in you all's bedroom?
I was young, Your Honor. I was just turning 18.
You're even more crazy at 18. All right, sir. That's hard to believe. You want to address that?
As far as that's concerned, like I said, we got together in 2007 and not 2008, first of all, and I never had any other men in the household. However, during the course of our relationship, I did find out that he did cheat on me with a few different women.
Right, but
it was not in our
you
house.
Never brought a man in that home.
No, Your Honor, I didn't even have any friends, female friends. I didn't hang out with anyone. I went to work and I came home and I was with him. Yes, sir.
Somebody's telling a big lie. All right, sir. Go ahead.
Not too long afterwards, Your Honor, she ended up...
How many times did that happen?
It happened several times, Your Honor.
Over 3, over 5?
Maybe about 3 or 4.
And you were able to maintain your temperament each time?
I mean, I said something about it, but, I mean, it was brushed off.
You said something at what point, sir?
After it happened those first few times, I said something about it.
They're in the room, and you wait until they finish. You see, I'm not laughing. You all don't laugh at the young man because it could be true. You wait until they're finished, and then you say something.
Your Honor, I wasn't really even, I mean, it hurt, but there wasn't really much I could do. At the time, I really didn't have no else place to go. So I stuck it out.
Second time, what happened?
Well, actually, I was sitting there in the living room.
And the man walked in the door and walked past you, sir?
No, they were...
The same man you had seen before? Go ahead.
No, sir, they were already there.
So you walk in, how do you know they're there? They're in the living room too?
No, they're in the bedroom and I hear...
And when she finished and they both walked out in front of you?
No, sir.
What happened?
The guy left first, and
he walked past you?
Me and him got into a confrontation.
Okay. And how did that end?
Well, he ended up leaving on, going on, and then I went back in the house to talk to her. But there was nothing. She brushed it off again.
Tell me about the third time. So I have to ask you that because this sounds so unbelievable that I have to find out whether you're telling the truth. I'm being a little nosy too, quite frankly, but I'm really trying to get to the truth. Third time, what happened?
Well, third time, same way, except this time she went to go pick him up and brought him there.
You were sitting, and then they came in?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And this time, they walked past you.
Yes,
Say
sir.
yes or no.
Yes, sir.
And you were sitting there. Was it the same guy?
Mm-mm.
So you saw them walk to the bedroom. What did you think they were going back there to do?
Sir, I was trying to, give the benefit of the doubt that maybe it wouldn't happen again.
All right, that they were going in your bedroom to what? Play cards? So now I think you're lying, sir.
Defendant Angel Prunty dated the plaintiff, and she claims 2 weeks after their daughter was born, the plaintiff punched her in the face.
Tell me why you're suing her.
I'm suing for personal property and emotional distress.
Okay. How does she owe you for property?
Well, when she put me out in...
Why did she put you out?
Because I had lost my job and things had got kind of
Your
rough.
Honor, that's false. He did not have a job. I put him out because he punched me in the nose.
Did that happen?
No, sir, that
Never
did not
punched you.
happen.
It was 2 weeks after we had our daughter.
Go ahead. So she put you out because you didn't have a job. Then
Yes,
what?
sir. And she kept all my things that I had, my clothing.
When you went back to get it, what happened?
She still wouldn't give it back.
And when was this?
09, like,
Why didn't you sue her before then?
I didn't have the right resources at the time, Your Honor.
All right. Emotional distress. How does she owe you for that?
Well, Your Honor, I've been in and out of jail doing for the child support. I spent 90 days in jail for child support, and
That you didn't owe?
that I didn't owe and that I didn't even know that I was on.
Who determined that you owed it?
The child support enforcement
Services,
office.
yeah. Did you debate it with them?
Yes, sir. I went in and tried to talk to them, and they told me that I would have to pay for a DNA test, but at the time I didn't have the money to do it.
Your Honor, we
And how
had a
much
DNA
do you
test.
owe? They told me that I had owed it at least a couple of thousand, but I didn't have it.
All right, now what's your defense?
So I went and tried to find a job so that maybe I could get it, but I hadn't found one, and I ended up going to jail.
And have you paid child support yet?
He just got out of jail again for child support.
Got out of jail again for child support, so clearly the answer is no.
Your Honor, I have the paperwork from the child support office. In the last 6 years, he is $18,582 behind on child support. We go to court twice a year, every year for the last 6 years. I've been in every single court hearing, and he hasn't appeared to a single one. And the last amount applied was $0. He has not paid one single dollar since our daughter was born. And the child support office in 2010 did a DNA test, and it was positive that it was his. There was no doubt in my mind.
You're challenging that today, right?
Yes, sir, because I have no recollection of that.
So what, do you suspect it's one of the other guys?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll take a look at that. Ma'am, what do you want to tell me in defense of the property and the emotional distress? You've kind of explained the emotional distress, and you can give me your evidence of what child support enforcement or the courts have said
Here's his child
in
support.
defending
And
yourself
this is
against the emotional distress.
Do you need this? It's the acknowledgement of paternity that he signed the day she was born. He was in the hospital.
See it?
As far as the property, when we first got together, he had a total of 3 outfits and 1 pair of shoes. He was living with his mother. He had less than $500 worth of property, and the day that we split up, like I said, he was caught cheating again for the second time, because when I was 8 months pregnant was the first time I found out that he was cheating, and I actually went outside to stop him from leaving with a side chick. We got into an argument, and he pushed me down outside while I was 8 months pregnant. And then 2 weeks after my daughter was born, the same woman was texting his phone again. We got into an argument again, and he punched me in the face. I told him that he needed to leave, and I myself left as well, and told him by the time I got back, he needed to be out of the house along with all of his belongings. When I returned, he was out of the house, but his belongings was still in the house. So I bagged everything up into a garbage bag, including the stuff that I had bought during our relationship for him. He had 3 garbage bags full of stuff that I put outside, and I called him. The following day, he came to pick it up. He stayed in the car, and his sister got out and got all of his belongings. Up to this point, he hasn't called me and said that anything was missing from the bags or that I still had anything.
What do you think all this is about, then?
He just got married to Miss Brown here, which they have not been together for even a year, and just got married a couple of weeks ago. She's upset because he went to jail, and there would be no emotional distress if he would have paid his child support. He has the minimum for what our state allows, which is $57 a week.
Defendant Angel Prunty dated the plaintiff, and she claims 2 weeks after their daughter was born, the plaintiff punched her in the face.
Sir, did you sign something acknowledging paternity?
Yes, sir.
So when did you change your mind?
Well, sir, I changed my mind after she had, as I said, put me out and no longer let me see the little girl that was supposed to be mine.
Could I comment on that first, as far as him not being able to see her? A week after I kicked him out of the house, he did call and ask if he could come and see her. I stated that he could because I would never want to keep him away from his child. I did also inform him that Mr. Prunty, who is now my husband, had moved in at the time. It was a 2-bedroom house, and we were friends prior to that, so he was living in the other bedroom because I didn't live in a particularly safe neighborhood. He came to the house to see her because he said that was fine. Even if he was there, he wanted to see her. So we agreed to that. He came to the house. When he got to the house, he walked right past my daughter and started trying to fight Mr. Prunty and started yelling about how he had stolen his family and this and this. And like I said, we wasn't even together at the time. But when he wouldn't fight him, we asked him to leave, Mr. Brown to leave. He left, and a couple of hours after that came back with the girl that he had cheated on me with, and they were outside in our driveway yelling for us to come outside and fight them. When we wouldn't come outside to fight them, he shot up our house with a child's BB gun. And that was the last time he ever contacted me to try to see his daughter.
Did that happen?
No, sir, I didn't even have a BB gun.
Okay. Did you want to say something, ma'am?
Yes,
how
sir.
are you a petitioner? What damage has she caused to you?
I am married to Calvin, and you know, we have just recently got married back in March, but we have been together for over a year. And the fact that he's steadily having to go in and out of jail, and I have tried to make contact with her through a mutual friend that they have. And
When was the last time he went to jail?
last time he went to jail,
Yes, ma'am.
December of last year.
Your Honor, he didn't go to jail for child support that time. He got picked up and went to jail for possession of drugs. My child support caseworker called me 3
Let's
days
move
after
on.
he was in
The
jail.
counterclaim for rent, ma'am. How does he owe you for rent?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a rental agreement that was signed by both me and
What
Mr.
year?
Brown. Do it.
What year?
October 1st, 2007 is when we moved in.
Why have you waited so long?
Well, I was honestly, I mean, he owed it, but at that point in time, at the time that we broke up, I was kind of finished. I mean, I wasn't wanting to see
All right, so
him.
you just decided to sue him. You have to get the.
But I do have the rental agreement along with
all right.
rent receipt.
Well, you
time
can
we
keep
was
that.
living there.
You all are coming here 9 years, 7 years. I know, ma'am. You read these results.
Probability of paternity is 99.9% that you are the father, unfortunately.
Ain't that the truth?
Why you say unfortunately, ma'am?
Unfortunately, because he hasn't been there. He didn't.
Have you denied him access to his child?
No,
Yes,
Your Honor,
sir.
I haven't. He's had the
Yes,
option
sir.
to see her, and he has
Yes,
never
sir.
wanted to.
All right. Have a good day. Both your claims are dismissed.
Hopefully, we won't
We
have
going to
further
court
contact
for
with him. I mean, he has the option
visitation.
to go to court if he wants to for visitation, since he claims that he's been so many times. And for twice a year for the last 6 years, I've been to court, and he has never once shown up.
We have not been informed of the court date for the 2 years that I've been with him, so I don't know nothing about that. But we will be there.
Sir, I mean, if there has been some kind of court dates or something, I ain't been informed about it, so I don't know. We taking, I do know I'm gonna go to court for this.